Elliot, everyone. Welcome to episode 10 of Graphic Design is My Elliot. GDIME. Double digits, special anniversary episode. Sunglasses are on because I'm in costume, maybe. The happiest of Tuesdays to you all. It is truly Elliot time, and we'll pause for the thumbnail. All right, on the menu for today, I fear for the future of design, content, and yacht rock. All right. Happy 10th episode, everyone. We made it. I guess this is the 11th episode, if you include episode 0, which is a bit silly, but no, this is the official 10th. There's 10 on Spotify. So let me just explain the sunglasses. So I think every 10th episode I'm going to change my look up. Not that I don't change my look. I wear something unique every GDIME, essentially, because I simply have that many unique T-shirts. But I want to change my look up dramatically for every 10th one, with some kind of costume. And yeah, it was either this or the Cheshire Cat, and we went with this because it's easy. I didn't want to have to. I really didn't want to put on that costume. It stinks. And I'm certain that if I put it in the washing machine, it will disintegrate. That's how fragile that material is. Polystyrene, maybe. I'm not sure. So I think the sunglasses are hilarious, and it makes me look really cool. I was wearing them outside just seconds ago because it is a beautiful, sunny day today here in Sydney. The sun is well and truly beaming down, and it was lovely sitting out there. I've kept up my practice that I mentioned last week of sitting in the sun every day. Wow, still a godsend. Also, reading every day. Reading makes me more on top focused, locks me in. It's just like everything away, just lock in on reading for a bit and then move on, and it's so good. But hello, hope you're all doing well. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being here 10 episodes in. I'm still enjoying it, and that's what's important, at the end of the day. Also, as a special announcement for the 10th episode, in the video description, there is now a link to a form where you can submit a anonymous or an anonymous question, where you can ask a question, and then when I feel like I need to spice it up. Look, there's a podcast called Office Hours with Tim Heidecker that I've watched. And what I like about it is that they will get on board of something like a bit. They'll get carried away. And then they'll bring on like someone on Zoom when things are slowing down a bit. And I just want a fail-safe in a way. If I feel like things are slowing down, I can pull out a question, choose one at random, and go for it. So it makes it easier than having the comment section on command, because it's across all the different videos. It's confusing. This is just a centralized place to store all your dying questions, so we can talk about anything in there. Ask away. Do not be mean. Anonymous. The anonymity is for the sake of confidence for you. Maybe you don't feel confident attaching your name to something, but you can attach your YouTube name if you're going to. I like the idea of anonymous questions. I think they're funny. But yeah, let's get right into it and do the featured item of the week. This week I've got a good one for you. The featured item of the week, of course, today is let me get this right. The Autumn Winter 2017 Kiko Kostadanov steel blue wrapped knee waist bag trousers. And I found these from TikTok account Constant Practice, who are selling them right now, and I should do it in the voice that the guy who runs that page does it in, which is Autumn Winter 2017 Kiko Kostadanov steel blue wrapped knee waist bag trousers. That's literally like he speaks at that register. The guy's crazy. I don't understand it at all. And the TikTok page is so funny because it's just these like ridiculously expensive high fashion items. And he's just like, Kiko Kostadanov tote bag 2017. It's like, what? What's up with your voice? But I guess it works out. He gets a lot of views. Anyway, how sick are these pants? I reckon I would kill these pants. I think I'd look so good in these. And the waist bag thing on the like you can detach it and stuff, and it's like the belt is the waist bag. I think that's so cool. You can also like widen the pants by like you can belt them to make them tighter. It's just cool. It's a cool concept. Anyway, they're $3,500 US. Never gonna happen. That's absolutely ridiculous. So congratulations to Kiko Kostanov for the Fit Round of the Week. I do like Kiko Asics though. I've got a pair of when they did a collab together. They're really cool shoes. Kiko Asics are like a iconic. They're very cool. And that's all I've got to say about that. Okay? So the next thing we've got on the agenda is the run report, which I did not go on. I'm actually still recovering from a blister that I had from City to Surf last week. And it's on my big toe. It's on the side of it. It's gruesome right now. It's gruesome. It was fine for so long and then I popped it. And now it's gruesome. I'm going on a 30K walk on Saturday for charity. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it, guys. I'm going to be honest. It's pretty bad. It's pretty grim. So I also don't know if the hiking shoes that I bought off Depop, in hopes of walking in them on Saturday, I don't know if they're going to come on time. Apparently I got express shipping. Apparently I got no sign of shipping confirmation. I ordered them last Monday. Where are they, mate? Where are they, mate? The guy on Depop was selling them as like Gorpcore rave shoes. And I had to message being like, I'm going on a big walk on Saturday next week. Can I pay extra for express shipping? I have no intention of wearing these to the rave. I need to wear them for the hike. Use the shoes how they should be made. They're Salomons, of course. $100 or something though, crazy. Down from like $250. Unbelievable. Shout out to Depop. Depop reached out to me once asking if I should, asking me to make a store on Depop. And I said yes and then never followed up. They followed up. I never did. Because I had nothing to sell. But when I moved to New York, I definitely will hop on a Depop store because I can't bring all of the stuff I have. There's no way. Is there a Depop for furniture items? What, Facebook Marketplace? Sorry, I'm a bit. I was working hard yesterday, guys. Yesterday, I somehow managed to both film a bunch of stuff of designing in Kittle. The YouTube sponsored video for Kittle, and then I wrote an entire script for Kittle, and then directly after this, I'm going to sit right over here and film me reading that fucking script. Because we have an editor now. There is an editor on board. His name is Cam. He's an absolute legend. We met up last week, and we're doing a little trial run, so he's going to edit this Kittle video for us. And hopefully it's good. I'm sure it will be. He's a very, very talented editor. He's worked for Struthless before, who is... someone we were talking about later because he's running a cool project that I want to jump on part of. That's one of the last agenda items today. I have like 1 million agenda items today, but I've only got like half an hour today, so we're gonna speed through. But yeah, shout out to Cam, legend. That's gonna be really fun. The video is actually not just gonna be a sponsored video. Like I actually think it's gonna be like properly good because there's some effort in it now. There's a narrative to it. The concept of it is me. I don't know what the title or thumbnail is going to be yet, but it's going to be something like I'm designing the graduation I never had, essentially. So it's like 3 designs. We've got a graduation certificate, a congratulatory t-shirt, and an apology letter to my parents for not going to uni. And I think it's a very funny concept, and it kind of gets more deranged as the video goes on, which is something that I've been trying to do with my content recently. So I think that'll be good. And I just need to... Then I wake up to an email from my manager, the legend himself, Martin, and he goes, because he's worried about me. He thinks I've said yes to too many things, which I absolutely have. And he's like, I tried to get some wiggle room with Kittle to push back the video for like, into maybe mid next month. And they said, there's no wiggle room. And I said, fuck, that is not... that I was about to message you asking for some wiggle room. So I really hope they can give us some wiggle room. I don't know why they need it at the end of August. Can I just say that? Does it matter if it's end of August or first week of September? Does that matter at all? Is that really a thing? I don't think it matters. It shouldn't matter. Because I'm already uploading a video at the end of August for Squarespace. So there are so many videos. I've got like 3 videos coming down in the next fortnight, I swear to God. And speaking of Fortnite, no, I'm just kidding. There's no segue there. The next little segment I wanted to do is I've got some, this is some quick hitters as I've written it down here as I check I can hardly see in these sunglasses. The first, some quick hitters, which are just things that I don't want to spend Oh, also, real. This is the first quick hitter, I guess. Um, I was a dork and I didn't reply to any comments from last week's GDIME. I don't know why. Busy, but I read them all. And the top comment was someone suggesting that I don't put effort into these, and I did really appreciate seeing that. And I think it's so true. If I go all out on effort on the main channel and then we just keep this as casual as possible, that's where it's fun. I definitely still want to get someone on board to edit reels and stuff, which I've got some people that I want to message soon. Thank you for everyone who hit me up a few weeks ago about that. But I definitely want to grow this. But I think it is good that I keep it chill. The only thing I really want is like a theme song, because I think that works just for the Spotify version. You know, just for when you're listening to that. I like listening to a podcast and has the little theme song at the start and like a little introduction. Like I'd love a theme song, and then I can do the well, Elliot like through that introduction. You know, I think that could be fun. And then I also want to spin the wheel to delete the Instagram page. I still think that could be quite funny. But we've got when I get back from Japan, that's when I'll sort all that out. Okay. No one's pressuring me. It's really nice, actually. Everyone just seems to love the chat, which is what we do. We love the chat. Shout out to any of you who are out and about listening to this. Shout out to any of you who are working listening to this. Bit of white noise. Maybe some of you go to sleep to the sultry tones of my voice. Good on you. It's fun. It's so fun. And maybe we'll get some guests on soon as well. That's the future of GDIME, I think. I'd love to just get on a call with people or get them sitting over here. There's a few people who I reckon would be keen to sit on this couch. I just don't have any secondary mic source, and that's what makes it difficult. But yeah, pretty sick. Okay, so the quick hitters. The first one is I shared on Instagram the other day a collection of stills from my clone video, and Instagram account just another Jack underscore YT reposted it. And said, bro cooked so hard with this, for real. Y'all should check him out for real. We're making it out of the GDIME with this one. And a bunch of fire emojis. And I just wanted to say that screenshot has made it into my Hall of Fame album on my phone, which is where I keep all of my funny, deranged, and general interactions with community with the people of the world, mainly message requests. Not because this one's deranged, but because I thought it was very funny, the phrase, we're making it out of the GDIME with this one, suggesting that, just another Jack, you are a GDIMer. Shout out to you. And I just wanted to say that I really like that I think for the first time, maybe it would have been like a week ago, like I've always felt like there was like a sense of community in GDIME, but now I feel like it's like, if you know, you know, and I love that about it. I just love that this is a thing. And I wanted to say that. So I love you. I love all GDIMers. I love the GDIME community. I love what we have. I wish I liked Discord so I could open up a Discord for GDIME. I don't want to do that now until probably I close my other Discords. I happen to own 3 servers that are different branches of Elliot's life. And I made them all in like the span of 6 months. And I don't want to do it ever again. But there is opportunity. There is opportunity for a future. Maybe if you guys want to start a Discord as well, feel free to do that. And I can join, but I don't want any power. I don't want any power, okay? I want no power. If that happens, I don't want no power. I just want to, but I can be in it. But I don't want to moderate. I don't want to run it. I don't want the pressure. But if you were to start it, I say this, if someone's being a dickhead, no warnings. No warnings. I was in another Discord and someone was asking, hey, can we open up some ban appeals in the server? Because everyone makes mistakes and everyone in life deserves a second chance. You know what I say to that? Fuck you. Shut up. In Discord. If you step out of line, you're not coming back. It's over. The warning is that when you jump in. No, I don't care. That's how I run a server and a Twitch stream and all that, and moderation in general. I just think it's. I also found someone was on Instagram. This is kind of different. someone on Instagram who was basically reposting all of my work, but in a different language, essentially, like super similar. And I looked at it, and I usually just ignore it, but this time I was like, I'm not gonna say anything. I'm gonna block you and see what happens. If I'm the main draw, and this is like there's you're not learning anything just by copying it one for one and just like changing the language. Like it's not you're not learning anything. So I was like, I'm just gonna block, see what happens. And I got an email being like, did I offend you? I was like, what? I was like, how'd you know? I was like, that means you're checking. You're low on inspo and you're going back to me. You've crawled back to my page. Anyway, I thought that was funny. But yes, shout out to the community. We love the community. Next quick hitter. These are very quick. I wanted to shout out a creator called John with no H. That's John, Jon, with no H, who is a GDIME, and I can tell because they messaged me and said that it was showing me a YouTube video in a message request. I think this was like a week or two ago now. And I didn't say anything bad. I didn't reply or anything, but it said there was a mention to GDIME, and I was like, okay. And it was called On Art. Sorry, I'm getting all teary-eyed. No, I'm getting all blocked up for some reason from talking. I think I'm getting sick. Not good. And I just wanted to shout out to John with no H. I didn't get a chance to sit through the whole video yet, but I've skimmed through parts of it, and I watched like the first 10 minutes, and it's a killer video. And I think, John, if you're listening, first of all, thanks for the support on the page. Much appreciated. Thanks for the shout out for GDIME as well. But if you're already, this is the guy's second video, okay? It's like 30 plus minutes or something. It's like super well spoken, very like fucking well thought out video. Like got a narrative to it. There's a whole skit at the start, all this shit. I'm like, this is your second video? It took me 50 videos to figure out what I wanted to do on my bloody channel. So I just wanted to say, keep going, basically. And because the first video was called like, I checked out their channel, and the first video was like titled "The Rise of the Lowercase Title," I think, and it was basically just like a breakdown of people using lowercase letters on a YouTube title and that genre of YouTube. And I think that is such a that means I love that. I love seeing that, and I was like, because I think so much about that. And there is a vibe there. There is an energy that seeing a video with lowercase letters instead of capitalized stuff gives you, and it draws a certain community. So why do people do it? Like, what effect is that? I just think that's so cool. Anyway, cool shit. Well done, John, and I hope you keep making videos. I will look on from afar. I also wanted to, another quick hitter is there's a channel called Bobby Fingers, who I was recommended by my new editor, Cam, who I had seen before. There's a video that I was uploaded like 5 months ago that I was randomly recommended called I think it's called Mel Gibson Drunk Driving Arrest Diorama. And it's this long form video of this guy, Bobby Fingers, making this diorama of Mel Gibson being arrested. And it is so well done and so funny and so different to anything I've ever seen. And then I just didn't see Bobby Fingers again because he's only uploaded 3 videos since. His most recent one, it's called Michael Jackson on Fire Diorama. And it's once again the process of him making a diorama of when Michael Jackson got his hair set on fire by some faulty pyrotechnics at a concert that he did. And it's probably the best video I think I've seen on YouTube. It's like just an evolution of the Mel Gibson one. And the second one, which is a Steven Seagal chokehold diorama, I think it's called. But the Michael Jackson one is unbelievable. There's a whole dance number. It's just keeps surprising you. It absolutely keeps surprising you. I would watch the first 2 before you watch it. There are many callbacks. Bobby Fingers, check out Bobby Fingers. It has made me completely rethink the way I want to where I want to take the channel as it goes on. And I was talking to Cam about this a lot. And the value of, I guess, like truth and emotion in a video, and flipping shit on its head and just really just messing with people's expectations of form. And I think that the little bit at the end of the clone video was my favorite thing to do and my favorite part of it. And I want to make so much more of that in the future. Musical numbers, hugely cinematic stuff, and just like hook people in with something and then completely change and just surprise them with something that they didn't expect. I absolutely love that. So Bobby Finger's great stuff. There's also another channel, April, who goes by Video Cameras, at Video Cameras. What a great handle. She's a fellow Sydney-based creator who I heard of through, I've seen her stuff on TikTok all the time. And then I was officially recommended her stuff. I didn't realize she was doing YouTube, but by Struthless when we had coffee. And she's got 2 videos up right now, Video Cameras, and they're that perfect, like, someone just just going off on a certain topic, and it just saying feelings that you wouldn't know how to express, which is one of my favorite genres of YouTube. I think just like expressing an idea, expressing a feeling. It's like a video essay on a feeling, but it's like told in a really earnest way, and just a really honest way too. It's like nothing too, like there's no the story of it all is in and just how simple it is. And it's just, I think, great channel, Video Cameras. Check April out. I think she's going to blow up any day soon. So get your early ticket in now. And then finally, I can confirm that a collab between me and Intranet Girl, Blender Legend, is officially on the way. And when I say on the way, it means that we've both locked in to get something up by the end of the year. Let's see if we can stick to it. We don't have any ideas, but we're generating them. That's exciting. And I hope to do more collabs in the future. And I think Intro will be a great first one. So that's going to be fun. That's going to be fun. Woo! All right. Well, those are the quick hitters done. And we're 20 minutes into the episode? Okay. So let's get on to the real meat of the episode. Okay. This is an interesting topic. And it's something that I've been thinking about a little bit now. And I realized that I should, if I want to be not so much a hater, but just more keen to criticize what I'm witnessing in the community, then I think that's good for all of us, because other YouTubers do it and I just don't do it. And that makes me feel like I stand for nothing. But I want you all to know that I stand for some things. And I think it's I want to start being more honest with you all, and this is part of it. So you would have heard in the menu that I'm afraid of the future of design, and what that means is I think that this is, what do I mean? What do I mean by that? This stemmed mainly from a thought that I saw Kel Lauren is planning on returning to YouTube. And I hope Kel feels the same way, where I think that we need Kel back more than ever. Okay? And I think that's because where the popular design content is leading is all to, it feels like it's being disguised as, basically, I think that the stuff the stuff that appeals to everyone is what's doing really well right now. And I say that specifically in terms of like Brandon Shepard's content, right? Like these really short, hard-hitting videos in the Mr. Beast style that are just like the simple illustrations and graphic design stuff. And I think we are going back. It feels like we're going back into this time where design is becoming design, and it's not, it's design is design, it's problem solving, it's all about the client and all this shit. And it feels like we lost somewhere in the last like 6 months. There was this, I swear it felt like there was this movement of like people shifting more towards the art side of design. And now it feels like we're going backwards in the stuff that, like is the true design content is starting to do well again and shit. And I'm like, oh no, what's happening? What's going on here? And I don't know if anyone else can really pick up on it or not, but this is just something that I feel like I'm noticing, at least, where it really does feel like that kind of the love for design and designing for the love of it is just it's the career side of it all, I guess, is coming back. And I think people used to just like, especially with like Kel's videos, people would just jump on and watch a Kel video and be like, I can do that, I can give that a shot. And then they just pick up design. And that was such a cool thing without thinking too much of it, like thinking about it being a job or anything. It was enjoying it for the sake of the hobby. But it just feels like the corporate path is showing its face again. And it's like, because it does well. And it appeals, like that type of content. Like you can see it on Brandon, like he started doing reels. They got like fucking 1 million likes of him redesigning a packet of Doritos. 1 million likes. Right? That's ridiculous. That is crazy. When was the last time you saw a graphic design video get 1 million likes on anything? 14 million views and 1 million likes as of today. That is absurd on just a short video of redesigning a packet of Doritos. And it's like, so that does well. And that's reaching a huge audience. And that is going to generate, and I think this is what the main point, that's going to generate so much similar stuff. Like it's essentially screaming, here is the formula, go, right? And I think it's good that people are making more stuff, and I'm sure we're going to see it very soon, people making stuff in a very similar way. But I think it's just going to become very saturated very fast, and I just hope people don't forget that you don't have to do it like that, I guess. And that you can just, I mean, I'm going to start doing some sponsored stuff like that just because it's a great way of presenting design, and just in my own spin, of course. But like, I do hope that people still make stuff that they think is fun and stuff that doesn't need to be like packaging design or branding for a fake client or anything like that. Just like doing it for the sake of doing it and then documenting it for the sake of documenting it if they're going to end up making content of it, because I think that's what doesn't do as well, obviously, but like I still think has so much value and people really care about that and people really enjoy it, and I think it's so good for you. I don't know if any of this has really made any real clear sense. This feels like very much of a ramble, but it's just something that I've been thinking about a lot as I try and lean towards, not worrying about what other people are doing. But yeah. No, I just hope people keep making stuff. And I think maybe that's the issue with, like, I guess Instagram leaning away from images and just because I think the golden age of people making stuff online, as in like graphic design wise, I mean, I wasn't around the scene for too long, only like the last 5 years or so. But when I was getting started, do you know how many accounts would just jump on Instagram and start designing posters a day and chuck them on a black background and upload them and just hope that someone would reshare them and that they would be a point of inspiration for someone else? Those were the days. I loved those days. It was so fun. There were these little communities that were born out of people just like sharing stuff and just making whatever the hell they wanted, and they didn't have to worry about people being like, oh, this isn't like real design and all that stuff. They would just give it a go. And it was a really cool little community of designers for designers. And that's what I really liked about it. And now it's kind of like leaving that circle. And it's not a bad thing at all. It's just different. It's just different. And maybe I'm afraid of change in that regard. But yeah, I hope you guys keep making stuff. And I hope I keep making stuff, which is actually a good segue into what I want to start doing, which is Struthless just uploaded a video a few hours ago, which is about a new project that he's doing called the Alphabet Superset. Okay, great name, fantastic name, which is a 26-week project, and once a week you commit to something, you commit to making something, but before you start the project, you basically set your guidelines for that thing. And the whole point is that you give yourself as many restrictions as possible, and the only real, I guess, flexibility is is what you do with the idea each week. And the idea is that every week you do the next letter of the alphabet. So week one's A, B, C, et cetera, et cetera. And that's all the flexibility you get. So say you lock into like, I'm going to make a poster every week. The poster is going to be posted on Instagram. I'm going to do it in an hour. I'm going to use these 3 colors on every single poster, but it's going to be about the letter of that week, and that's the only thing that'll change. and you give yourself those restrictions and you see how far you can take those restrictions until the end. And I was like, that's fun. I really like that. And I miss having some kind of accountability for what I post, apart from like paid incentive, right? And I'm going to do it. I've wanted to do a reel. I've wanted to get better at reels, I guess, and take the editing style that I do on YouTube and put it to reels and make these tiny little condensed videos, you know, and little narrative driven, like story based, but fun videos. And I think I want to do little tiny 1 minute long mini documentaries on 26 different fonts, each one starting like the most iconic font of each letter, right? Or just a random font that people know of for each of the letters, and go into a little history and where you might have seen them, but told in a really funny way. And I think that could be very interesting. So if that sounds good, let me know in the comments, because then I'll lock it in. Otherwise, if anyone has any idea, otherwise I'll do weekly YouTube videos. Just kidding. That's not happening. That's what Struthless is doing somehow. I don't know how he's doing it. That's gonna. Oh my god, I did weekly videos for a while. Can't even imagine going back to that. But weekly reels, I think I can definitely do. Just give myself like half of a day, and just pump them out. So I think that could be fun, and definitely check out the project if you plan on, if that sounds good to you, because I think it's a very fun sounding little experiment. Yeah, I think that'd be good. I'm keen to just get back to weekly making stuff again. What else have we got for you? Then look, a quick little thing. I find I wrote this down the other day. Photoshop tried. Let me find this for you. I'll play this over the mic. Photoshop are trying to make a trending sound, which I think is the funniest form of marketing anyone can do. Which is essentially you pay a creator to make a sound, and then you go repost your own work with this sound, and let's make this sound blow up. Which I think is one of the most impossible things to do. Basically, force a sound on Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts, or TikTok to do well. Force the music, the soundtrack, whatever. And this is how it goes. I mean, the original is like fine. The guy who made the sound, I think, is cool. But I just think it's so funny that they're trying it. Here it is. Here.
I don't know the generative fill in the new.
That's not it.
Oh, so how long have you been doing this? Well, this is how it was, and this is how it is.
So that's the idea. It's like this is where I was, and now here I am. Let's see how many videos are doing it. 7 reels. Okay. 7 reels. So it doesn't work. I'm gonna say that right now. It doesn't work. I'm supposed to 7 reels in a week. It doesn't work. And I remember Lipton Iced Tea did it, and they wanted me on board once, and I'm so glad I didn't end up getting the gig, because it was another trending sound thing, and it just feels it's impossible to detach the corporate nature of the sound and the fact that you can't ask someone to make a sound with a reel. You can't to make a reel with a sound, rather. You can't do it. It has to be organic. So maybe that's my first test. Maybe this week I upload a reel trying to get a trending sound of my own. I had a trending sound of my own once, which was it was a TikTok I posted like a year ago of me getting closer and closer and closer, and it was like when the client says something, I think it was, and it was like sleep with one eye open tonight, I think was the only word it said at the very end. And people would just do that thing of like they would use that original silence, and then they would mime the sleep with one eye open tonight, and it was like when the person does this, and I was like, there you go. Success. Very good. I did it. I made a trending sound. Was my video the most liked video under that sound? No. Someone did a very similar idea, actually. They just illustrated it instead, and they used the same caption, I think, and they got more likes than me. But I don't care. I don't care, and I'm talking about it in a way that suggests that I don't care. Very important. But yeah, I thought that was funny. The way Adobe's been tackling trying to be cool is so interesting. Let it be known that I refuse to work with Adobe from now on forever. And I've been like that for the last year or so, but I will continue to feel this way. I refuse. I simply refuse. I will work with Kittle. I will work with Canva. I will work with iHeartRadio. I will not work with Adobe ever again, because they suck. They suck. Fuck you. I'm so big on that. I'm also in a position now where I'm big enough that I can get sponsors from other things, where Adobe reach out usually to people when they're just starting to grow. So I can completely understand people who take on Adobe. They pay well. They pay well. It's a very validating sign that you're making it as a content creator. It's a great sign to other sponsors that you're keen on work. I get it. But I encourage you, at a point, cut them off. Who gives a fuck? They suck. And that's what I'm gonna, that's that. Fuck you. And then Yacht Rock is the final thing I wanted to talk about. I've been really into Yacht Rock as of the last week. I was in okay. I was lost for music for a little while there. I was in my Drake era over the last 2 weeks. I was listening to a mix of Drake and Yeet, and that was it. Just nonstop. Okay, I played that new Drake song as in April. The song Search and Rescue. I think I played that song 100 times in the span of 2 days. For some reason, I couldn't get enough of that song. And then I started playing a playlist called Yeet Bells, and I really enjoyed Yeet Bells. That was good. And then now, thankfully, my brother reintroduced me to the beautiful genre, which I think is my one of if not my favorite genre, Yacht Rock, which is I think it was like I saw on YouTube today a comment that was suggesting it's like the end of disco and the start of like a more modern rock, and it's this like disco rock kind of blend that's called like soft rock, yacht rock, and all that. Hall and Oates, Michael McDonald, yes, Ambrosia, those Lobo, Toto, even. Good bands. It's awesome. I would really like everyone to give Yacht Rock a try. Expect it to be featured a lot in the next ELLIOT Radio. If I can recommend you one song today, it will be "I Gotta Try." "I Gotta Try" by Michael McDonald. It goes. I put it on yesterday morning. I was dancing around the apartment. I was dancing on my own. Do you know how rare that is when music makes you get up and dance on your own? For me, at least, very rare. And I loved it. It was so good. And I haven't stopped listening to that song. I've also been listening to the Cranberries a lot. I've been in my mood with the Cranberries, but in like a good way. It's so much good music from back in the day. God, I wish I was alive in the 80s. I was born in the wrong generation. Yada, yada, yada. They just don't do it like that anymore. And the very final thing is this is the camera. We filmed some stuff last week. And if you saw on my Instagram story, I started color grading some of the footage that I shot the other day. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Everyone who said that this was the camera to get you were right. Shooting in RAW has changed my life. In all of my videos, when I color grade, I've been using the same stuff for that as I do for this, but it actually works on the old footage. I had to like decrease everything to get it all working right. The yellows in like the background, like this little bit of yellow here would always like give this weird look. It doesn't do that on that. It doesn't do it on that. And it looks unbelievable. Mwah. Ridiculously good. So I'm very keen to share with you the next video. In devastating news, I was talking about the beard hair design last week. I deleted the footage on accident, which sucked. I had just filmed all this stuff, and then I realized I formatted my SD card when I moved it to this new camera, and I thought it was just old footage that I'd already saved, and it wasn't. It was the beard hair clip, and it was also me. It was also me using my DS to do the design on PictoChat as it was running out of battery. Since realizing the footage has been deleted, the DS has run out of battery, and I can't do it anymore, so I have to buy a charger. Womp. Anyway, new video coming out soon. Guys, thanks so much for listening to this week's GDIME. Happy episode 10. Once again, thank you so much for the support on GDIME. I'm so glad GDIME is real. We have officially monetized the channel. I can now start making pennies from the ad revenue I will get on this. And I am keen to see where the future of GDIME takes us. Make sure to chuck any questions you have in the anonymous or real question form, or just leave them in the comments as well. You're more than happy to do that too, or in the Spotify Q&A section. Who knows? But yeah, awesome. Thanks so much, guys. You guys are the best. I love GDIME. I love the GDIMers. We are GDIME. Good day, good night, GDIME. See you guys next week. Bye-bye.